Hey guys, Jen here. I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought that I would do a quick video tonight about how to afford a Disney cruise. If you have been looking at Disney cruises lately, you have seen the astronomical prices that go along with Disney cruise. There's really not much to say except for Disney cruises are expensive. So, how do we afford them? How can you take your family on a Disney cruise? How can you go with your friends on a Disney cruise? So I have a couple tips. Um, the first tip that I feel like is the main reason that I can afford to go on Disney cruises is the Disney Visa card, the Chase Disney Visa card. If you do not have one of these, you need to get one. It is such a fantastic way to help afford and to help pay for a Disney cruise. The best part about the Disney Visa is once you book your cruise, every time you pay for a portion of the cruise with a Disney Visa, you get 6 months 0% interest to pay it off. So if you book your Disney cruise early enough, you'll have several months to pay it off with 0% interest. So you pay your deposit, 6 months. You pay an installment, 6 months. You pay your final payment, 6 more months. So it really, really helps not cut the cost, but make it able for you to pay for it. Also with the Disney Visa, there are some perks that go along with it. Sometimes they'll give you shipboard credit. Other times you'll get discounts in the store on the cruise. And then also, if you use your Disney Visa for everything else, pay your bills, pay your gas, that kind of thing, you will accumulate Disney dollars, and then you can use those on the cruise to pay for your tips, to pay for drinks, to pay for excursions. So it's a really, really great card, and it is pretty much my number one reason why and how I go on so many Disney cruises. So that's my first pointer. Disney Cruise Line also offers discounts. They are few and far between these days. They used to be, gosh, all the time. I'd look and Florida resident right here, Florida resident right there, and that doesn't happen as much. So one of the rates that's available to everyone is a GT rate, and basically what they do is a couple months or a month or so before the cruise, if it hasn't sold out, they'll offer these GT rates, and they're kind of a discounted rate on the cruise, and they have stipulations to them, and basically what happens is you book it and then they assign the room to you. So if you do like a GTV is a guaranteed veranda. So if you book that, then you're guaranteed to have a veranda room, and it could be the lowest veranda or the highest veranda. It just depends on what they have available for you. Another rate they offer is a military rate. The military rate is for retired and active duty military. There's a couple other people that qualify underneath that. So if you're curious, if you qualify, go ahead on to Disney Cruise Line's website and check that out. But those are usually greatly discounted rates. The only thing with those is they're very last minute, and you cannot switch to that rate from a rate you previously had. Same with the GT rate as well. The other rate that is offered is for Florida residents, and those are offered same as the military, very last minute. But the awesome part about Florida resident rates is if you have a cruise booked already and a Florida resident rate comes available, they will actually refund you the difference on the credit card that you booked the cruise on. So that's really cool about a Florida resident rate. The Florida resident rate is available for one stateroom per Florida resident. So if you have you and your husband and you want some other people to come along, you can book a room with a Florida resident rate. Then your husband can book a room with a Florida resident rate. You just would have to be in separate rooms. There are ways to work around that, but we'll save that for a later date. The other thing that I just recommend, that if you really know you want to go on a Disney cruise, the earlier you book it, the better if you have a set date. If you can wait till last minute and you are able to go last minute, then waiting for the GT rate is great, but those aren't guaranteed. So when Disney Cruise Line releases their rates, it's usually the cheapest the cruise will ever be. And so right now they have released them, today is April 1st, 2017, and so they have released the rates until September of 2018. So if you are looking for any time in those later months, now would be a good time to book those. And you can also cancel cruises as well if you have not reached that paid in full date. So check that out on Disney's website too. So, like I said, they are super duper expensive. I know that, and they are worth every penny. I can't even tell you. I mean, I'm a teacher, so in Florida, teachers, we don't make a lot of money. So affording a Disney cruise can be very expensive, but I find my ways to do it, and it's just really, really worth every penny. So I hope this was a little bit helpful to tell you a little bit about some discounts that you can get. But like I said, Disney Chase Visa, it's like the go-to thing if you really, really, really want to go on a Disney cruise. Have a great evening, and I hope to see you sooner than later.